Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're talking about Amen Thompson, who the Houston Rockets believe is positionless, which I agree. Also, it's like 1 p.m. and it is a monsoon outside here in South Florida. You guys might hear some of the wind, some of the thunder going on, and like look how dark it is. Now, after this video, I'm going to continue finishing The Office, but let's get right into today's video. Let's talk about this recent report that the Rockets view Amen Thompson as a basketball player first over a specific positional role, aka the man's positionless, according to Kelly Iko. And yeah, so let's get it. Now, what I want to say first is when you look at a guy like Amen Thompson, is that I think I've always said we knew Asar Thompson was a wing, and I said two things about Amen Thompson. He's either going to be a wing or a guard, and I think he might be a swing man. So amongst rookies, he was #1 in steals per game, second in triple doubles, third in double doubles. He had 13 double doubles, 1 triple double. He was fourth in rebounds, fourth in field goal percentage among rookies with at least 100 field goal attempts. He had 446, and he is 7th in assists. Now, look, I think he shot 53.6% from the field, which was above league average, 57.6 true shooting, which is league average, and 54.5% effective field goal, which is league average. His free throw percentage was low. Also, he took not many, and his three-point shot was abysmal. He took less than 1 per game. And that might be a trend that continues. And we all knew that people said that Amen Thompson was defensively a similar player to Ben Simmons. People said he was a similar player to Ben Simmons, but like in a wing's body. And I think the free throws are within striking distance of being decent, as he shot 68.4%. Now, that saying is that he's a primary ball handler at times. Other than that, he's at the wing spot, and defenders are going to give this guy the Russell treatment if he's not going to be hitting shots where they're just going to sink. And good players will be able to fit whatever role they need, and great players can fit multiple. So for me, 68% free throw shooting is 1.4 points per possession, and that's kind of good enough to prevent intentional fouling. And I think it'll show that he could improve. We've seen many of guys become decent shooters. So I think the whole, the three-point stat is not what it should be. Like, don't let one stat ruin it. We've seen Jason Kidd, Lonzo Ball, DeMar, John Morant, Draymond Green, Aaron Gordon, and Giannis all improve their three-point shot. So with Amen Thompson, obviously we know that he offers the Rockets versatility. He can play the 1, 2, or 3, and he can guard every position except 5s, you would say. And Houston's decision to select Reed at 3, which was to have like a pure guard, is going to allow them to continue to develop Thompson into a player that defies traditional roles. Thompson played approximately 90% of his minutes as a rookie at either the shooting guard, small forward position, with the rest being as a traditional point guard. Thompson's going to share those backup ball handling duties with Russell Sheppard. Did I really say Russell Sheppard? Reed Sheppard. And I think the consensus is they just have someone that they can shoehorn into whatever role they need, and they think that he's a point forward who can be a primary or secondary creator. Again, this is a guy who averaged 9.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, 2.6 steals, and 2.6 assists, and 1.3 steals. Yeah, it was 13% from 3. But don't let that just like be the end all be all. I think there's other stories that should be looked at. I mean, the last month of the season, again, his best three-point shooting month was January, and that was 22%. He did, in the beginning of the season, put up 3.3 attempts per game. However, his best month was March, where he was putting up 13 points a night on almost 57%. I mean, the last 2 months he put up in 22 games, which was basically, post All-Star break. He was, in the last 27 games, a guy putting up, like 12 points, 55% from the field, and out there, 1.5 steals, 3 assists, 8 rebounds, just a fantastic player. So when I look at this, I think, there's a place for Big Daddy Amen Thompson to figure it out. And if we look at the current depth chart of the Houston Rockets, I think that'll be, dude, it's like a monsoon outside, but I think that'll paint a picture of what's kind of going on there in terms of their rotation. And if you're curious about how that's going to look, I really do think this is a team that they put themselves in a position to be good. Like their starting unit: Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith, Alperen Şengün. Backups: Amen Thompson, Reed Sheppard, Jeff Green, Steven Adams, Jock Landale, Jae'Sean Tate, Cam Whitmer, or Tari Eason and Aaron Holiday. And then you get the Jermaine Samuels, Nate Hinton, Jack McVee, Nefali Dante, and Nate Williams. I really do like this team. I think this is a solid squad. And it's one of those that when you think about it, you're like, all right, they're really ones who could make noise. They've got good kids on this team. And I've said it before, they've got a good coach. So to me, I've always thought that this was, I don't know, a team that could go ahead and be one that surprises people. No, yeah, this is the current depth chart. Shout out my work hoops hype for this. This is what it looks like currently, and it's not crazy that Reed and Amen Thompson could be the pseudo six mans for this squad, and I like the idea of that. I think it'd be different, but I understand both viewpoints. That it's a bit, I don't know. I think it's interesting just seeing how this is all played out. But that's where I definitely want to hear your guys' opinions as basketball fans. What's your expectations and why? I do really like Amen Thompson. I think the kid's got skill. So it'd be wrong for me to think that, like, oh, he's not going to be able to, if the shot's not that, he's not going to be able to be good. No, like, come on, guys. He's got high basketball IQ. So that's just, like, another reason why you should believe it. Outside of that, yeah, I don't know. I think there's just so much there that when you think of Amen Thompson, the defense is just there, and his ability just to also create offensively, meaning he doesn't actually need to score to be effective, is what's going to keep him in the league. I have faith. I have faith. He's ridiculous, though. He's ridiculous. If you're a Rockets fan, Amen Thompson was definitely the type of guy you were watching and you're like, dang, kid's got skill. Kid's got skill. And I think he's got a really good IQ. But what are your thoughts down below in the comment section? What's your expectation? I think he's got moves. I think it's definitely fun to watch him. But what do you guys expect from this team? Let me know in the comments. And like, comment, subscribe. Word.